If Debunk gives Sonic his super form, that would mean that he would be invulnerable. He wouldn't be able to hurt or feel pain at all. Even Enerjack, a nigh omnipotent god, couldn't hurt Supersonic due to his invulnerability. And that's primarily the reason why I can't see the Flash being Supersonic. He's invulnerable. I don't recall Wally being able to defeat someone who can't be hurt. Speaking of full power, there's really no such thing as a full power for Supersonic because he has infinite power. This is thanks to the Chaos Emeralds, which have been stated to have unlimited power on several occasions. The craziest thing is that this infinite power can be used to destroy an infinite amount of universes, and Sonic has access to this in his super state. So can Kid Flash really defeat someone who can destroy an infinite amount of universes? That scan I showed you was actually from a villain who wanted to use his power, but can Sonic do this? Yep. One example is when he was fighting on par with Sigma 3, though he had help from Mega Man, who was also using the Chaos Emeralds. Sigma 3 was absorbing the power of millions of universes, and even claimed that he was reaching an infinite amount of universes, yet Sonic and Mega Man beat him. Remember when Wally was taking kinetic energy from the entire planet to outrun teleportation? Well, if Sonic wanted to, he could freeze everyone on the planet so that they couldn't move. Heck, he could warp the planet out of existence if he wanted to. On the note of warping out of reality, Sonic himself can't even be erased. In base form, he survived antimatter, though it didn't make him temporarily invisible. One last thing, Archie Sonic's reality warping is so immense that it could reach the entire multiverse. Keep in mind that his multiverse is comprised of an infinite amount of universes. So he literally warped the multiverse with just a thought. Chaos Emeralds allow him to turn his thoughts into power, so he can make the multiverse however he liked. If he wanted to, he could remove the Speed Force from the multiverse, making Wally West unable to stand a chance. And the ancient walkers, The Ancient Walkers are pretty much beings that have the highest connection to the Chaos Force, and because of this, they are near omnipotent and one of the strongest beings in the franchise.
You serious?
Now that you have a brief idea of what the Chaos Force is, you must be wondering how this connects to Sonic. So, Sonic is actually a special case of an embodiment of the Chaos Force. Unlike Knuckles and Shadow, who were born with a link to the Chaos Force, Sonic actually earned his, and he earned it from doing what he does best, which is, besides running, it's collecting rings. You guessed it. In issue 35 of the Sonic the Hedgehog comics by Archie, Sonic had collected over 1 billion power rings, and because of that, that transported him to this dimension with the Ancient Walkers, the most powerful beings of the time. While he was there, he was granted an ability, which was basically an internal shield, so think of it as a failsafe, which wouldn't allow Sonic to die or be possessed by anything, including his free will. So the shield itself should already answer the title of this video. I mean, it's a shield that was granted by the Ancient Walkers, which were pretty much the most powerful beings at that time. But of course, that is kind of vague. Like, most people think, hey, that's not enough, like, you need more proof than that. And yeah, I agree, it is kind of vague, but I just want to let you know that the shield was only one testament of Sonic's new power. The absorption of rings is still part of the reason though. If you read the comics regarding the Energex saga, you'll see that this villain named Dr. Finitivus, he put a hex on the Master Emerald, and what this hex did, it allowed Knuckles to transform into Energex, which was pretty much an evil being, and one of the most powerful beings in the Sonic franchise as well, besides the Ancient Walkers. So, if you're still not convinced that Sonic can't be beat, then it's time to wrap this up with two final statements which should definitely solidify my reasoning. And one of these statements is from Dr. Eggman himself. In issue 177, after years of studying Sonic, Eggman finally figured out why he couldn't beat him, and he decided to tell Sniggly. He said that Sonic was an embodiment of chaos, which in itself is able to disrupt any situation. And he mentions that it's thanks to all the rings that Sonic has absorbed over the years. And we all know that Sonic's absorbed over 1 billion of them. So just like I said before, we all know that it's thanks to all those rings that he's absorbed that he was able to get that shield initially, which is able to protect him from any issue. Now Eggman's falling back to that several issues later, almost close to 100 issues later. And you can see this, it's still the same factors within it. So it pretty much looks like Sonic really can't be defeated in any situation, at least when it comes to Dr. Eggman. The second witness to this phenomenon is from Mammoth Mogul. And Mammoth Mogul is basically an immortal being who studied the Chaos Emeralds for millions of years, ever since they came onto planet Mobius. So in issue 187, after losing to Sonic so many times, there just came a point where he had simply given up, and he notes that in all of his defeats, Sonic was a key factor in them. And he believes that there was a higher force that was making this happen. Therefore, he knows that he can't defeat Sonic directly. So the fact that Mammoth Mogul, a guy who studied Chaos Forces for years, and Eggman who studied Sonic for years and Chaos Emeralds for years, it's the same result. Sonic just can't be beat, like the fate is always on his side. And in turn that means that he can't be beaten by anyone. But Groovy, why would you assume that Hypersonic is the most powerful for Game Sonic? Well, it's simple arithmetic. Supersonic is the most recurring Sonic transformation in the games, so that means we get to see more feats from him. When compared to all the others, Supersonic is in a league of his own. He's several times faster than light, he can control time and space, he has enough power to destroy multiple universes, he can neutralize any being with negative energy, and he's virtually invulnerable. But with the power of only one Super Emerald, Sonic can not only turn into Supersonic, he can ascend even higher, turning him into Ultrasonic. One Super Emerald can transform Archie Sonic into Ultrasonic. What would happen if we got all 7 Super Emeralds? Can you even fathom how incredible an Archie Hypersonic would be if that happened? Sonic and Tails tried to stop him, and they did so by absorbing the Power Rings themselves, transforming them into Ultrasonic and Hyper Tails. Notice that Tails' name is Hyper Tails, similar to Hypersonic, the same form that you would get in the games if you got power from the Super Emeralds. Meanwhile, Sonic was called Ultrasonic, which means that it's safe to assume that both forms are similar in power.